Southwest. See how this works out every time I try to do one of these driving talkie videos. Seems like somebody acts a fool out here, which is actually kind of what this is about. I kind of like to stay away from conspiracy theories and tinfoil hat stuff. There's some things you just can't miss, okay? Now, this area is very ethnically diverse. You know, this part of Texas. Well, any Texas period anymore is very ethnically diverse. I mean, it's culturally and ethnically. That's a pretty cop car. You got. We've got several different kinds of Asians. We've got people from all different parts of India. We've got several different nationalities of Africans over here. We've got Australians. We've got native-born Texans and others. You know, Americans, just regular Americans. I guess regular Americans is a bad way to put that. We just got like a lot of people. I'm behind the school bus. You stop. Then you wait for him to get there. He'll turn up here somewhere, and then I won't have to do this. I don't mind stopping for the school bus. I don't want nobody running over my kids or grandkids, so I ain't gonna run over nobody else's kids or grandkids. He pulled over and let us pass, you know. He did not have to do that. I wish he wouldn't. I would rather we all had to stay behind him, honestly. Anyhow, what I've noticed is frightening, honestly. The females are all, you can't really tell them apart, okay? Just looking, an Asian girl that just moved over here, there's almost no difference as opposed to one that just got off the airplane, okay? Until you notice their work ethic and such as like that. Then it gets different, but we'll get to that part of this. The young men, all of them, African Americans, Anglos, whiteys, Latinos. There's an Asian population in Lubbock that have been here since the 70s that I know. They're mostly Vietnamese, and I used to work with them, and I worked with, there was several young men that were related somewhere or another to Ton, the owner of the company, and who was my boss. And they were all dudes, they had a different accent than the rest of us, but they were men. You don't see men anymore that have been raised in, well, the number of men that you see that were raised in Western society, and yeah, I mean toxic masculinity men. The ones that walk around with their shoulders back, look you in the eye, shake it, hold the door for you, say good day to you, they're polite, they treat you with respect, and they expect you to treat you back, just men. I very seldom, if ever, do I run into a guy who's under 30 that acts like a grown man. You used to see it all the time. And here's the deal. When I do run into guys that are under 30 that are exhibiting characteristics of masculinity, they weren't raised in Western society. I'm lucky. I have people tell me that my sons are good guys. I raised my kids. I annoyed my kids all the time. Because I didn't let them make excuses, and there was we weren't going to whine our way into this or that or something else. That road goes to where I'm going, but it gets rough as crap. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. I honestly don't. I don't know if it's chemical or if it's just psychological. I don't know what they've done to beat all of the young men in America, in Canada, and to a pretty strong degree, Australia. Now, granted, a lot of the guys that I've met from Australia are exceptions to the rule. Not all of them. A lot of them are. But they were raised in a very specific subculture in Australia. Okay? One of the same subcultures here that still produce macho dudes. Now then, here's the kicker though. They're showing the character, the look you in the eye, shake your hand, self-aware, self-assured, manners. But then that's it. if it doesn't pertain to what they're doing or what they want or what they're trying to accomplish, if it's not doing them any good, forget about it. They're not going to stand shoulder to shoulder with you on anything if it stands a chance of knocking them out of getting to do what they want to be doing. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I apologize for the way the camera is, but I've got y'all in a little rack thingy because I've tried to do this and y'all keep sliding all over. I lost my little deal that I could clip y'all to the dash. Well, here y'all. Anyhow, at the dollar store, I stopped and got some trash bags because what I'm doing needs to protect it. And bless his heart. That's a really cool logo. Bless his heart. I usually looking at the road. I now cruising real slow, looking at stuff. Company says like, yeah, it's a cool logo. I'll take a picture of the shit. He was scared to death to make a decision on a bank card. He kept looking over his shoulder to check with his wife. Well, I don't think it was his wife. Now, this guy, I think he may have spent, I don't know, it didn't look like Jailhouse said there was a lot of tattoos. But I got a vibe from him. He may not have been back on the street for a very long time. But he's the one that got me started thinking about it. And then there was another guy in there who, and he was Hispanic, but mousy, just no testosterone, none. As I'm leaving the building, two people come in the parking lot. Same mannerisms, you know, because I was under my hood, I was checking my fluid levels and stuff, because you don't just drive a truck, you check and make sure you got oil and power steering and radiator. You do that because, well, it's not a brand new truck, and I don't have the money to buy a brand new truck, so I'm not going to blow this truck up. A friend of mine, he's looking at $15,000 to get his $35,000 truck back on the road. No. So, anyway, I was looking under the hood, and I was not in a hurry to get anything done. That's my time. I don't pay me. And you got to yell at myself and say, hurry, hurry, hurry. So, anyway, it was all the same thing. Everybody is in the two of them, the women literally were so demeaning to the guy for his inability to be a man. And they were basically saying that he wasn't worth the shit because the way he's acting is the way all men are. And that's, she was younger. These ladies were younger than the guys. The lady was probably early 20s. In the one in the store, early 20s, and the guy was 30, somewhere between 30 and 35. And that girl was raised with a bunch of guys that are like that. So she thinks that's the way they are. And she fully believes that they're not worth anything. We've allowed mainstream media, Hollywood, the mobocracy people, the ones that yell the loudest, to do this to our sons and to our daughters. We need to turn it around. I'm trying really hard to make sure that my grandson is a guy, a dude. Look you in the eye, shake your hand. You get him crossways with. You got to come and he'll jump on you and beat your ass. But he's not going to jump on you and beat you just because he's having a bad day. That's not a man. That's an asshole. That's one of the traits those young men, that they have the good traits, and then all the bad traits. They don't have the good traits. There are times when you fight, but they're very specific, and I do not have a rifle. Anyway, they're very specific traits, and you gotta have them in the right, very specific times. And if you don't have the right traits, you're not gonna know when the right time is, and you're gonna be messing up. You're gonna be beating people down when you don't mean it. I'm not racist. I spent $20 on paint so I could cover up racist slurs on my barn, so I could quit having to read them. And not homophobic. I could care less whether you're gay. Well, I don't want to misrepresent myself. I could care less whether you're homosexual. That's between you and your partner. What y'all do is y'all's business. And as far as right and wrong, morally correct, that's between you and God. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I got enough to judge myself for, okay? But man, I don't get you can't expect me, because this is who I am. You gotta accept me for who I am, people. You can't expect me to be okay with you being all gay and stuff, because that's just unnerving, man. There's no reason to act like that. Elton John's my man. I know that man was gay from the first song I ever listened to. He didn't have to come out of no closet. But I didn't care. Queen caught me off guard, but not a lot. There's a difference between having a sexual preference and then just acting like something you're not, and just be what you are. And I'm not, so I don't, stuff like that, I'm not worried about drilling that into or out of somebody's head. What I want is for my grandchildren, my grandchildren to grow up being someone that other people respect, admire, and seek to emulate because of who and what they are. We gotta quit letting society turn our young men into marshmallows, and our young women into I don't even know what to call them. Psycho, crazy, ex-murderer chicks. I'm where I'm going. Gotta get in here and clean up a mess. Apologize for having to edit this so bad, and I'm sorry about the camera angle. Feel free to comment down below. Let me, have you noticed it? Am I out of line? Am I out of line? Is it okay for young men not to be anywhere close to young men? Do we not need? Is testosterone a waste of genetic material? Is that where we're at? Is estrogen a waste of? Do we just need to forget estrogen? Just not do that anymore?